to my channel, Electrifying Circuits with Craft. Now today we'll be looking at a simple circuit which consists of a lamp and a switch. In today's video, we'll look at the connection in the panel, connection to the lamp and also to the switch. Now a basic circuit consists of 5 parts. The source, which is carried to the main breaker. The breaker itself is known as the protection, right, which protects the circuit when there's an excess current or an overload. The conductors, which are used to connect the components or accessories from point A to point B. The load, which is known as the lamp or anything that uses energy. The switch, which is known as the control point. The switch in this case is a single pole switch, and it is used to complete or to break the circuit. I am using these conductors or these cables, or should I say that this cable represents sheathed cable, which has 3 wires in them, 2 insulated and 1 uninsulated. Alright, so today we're using sheathed cable in this connection. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is to connect the earth wire. Now for the earth wire, we'll be using green. Right, so this green wire will be connected to the earth rod. Now the earth rod is generally driven outside in the ground. Now the earth wire is generally also connected to the neutral bar. Okay, so this is the main neutral lug, and you take the neutral coming in from your power source and place it on that bar. So let me do that now. So these 3 wires that are represented here, they will be connecting to this neutral bar and also to the breaker. So the copper one that I have here, or the brown one that you're seeing here, is representing the earth. So I'll be connecting that to the neutral bar as well. And the neutral is also connected to that bar. Alright, so finally I'll be connecting the red, which is representing the live, to the circuit breaker. Now for lights, we use 15 amps to connect the light. So this is actually a 15 amp breaker. Further on in the video, I'll show you how we'll connect the source to the breakers. Now in this draw box, as it is called, we have the black, red and brown, or copper, right? So remember that the copper is being used for the earth. So we could go ahead and connect all of those green. Alright, so let me use the green here. So the green will be going to this earth screw, also the other one. Right, now the broad base receptacle that is being used, it does not carry an earth screw, so therefore there will be a connection with that. However, the box, once the box is metal, it needs to be connected to the earth. Right, now this is done to protect us. Right, so if there's any fault in the circuit, it will take that excess current to ground and will also cause the breaker to trip. Now in the event that there's nothing or the breaker does not trip, it means that the metal box will remain live, which will cause you to get an electric shock. Now on the switch itself, there's a green screw, and that is used for the earth. So we'll also connect the earth to that portion of the switch. Now the earth is on the opposite side of the other screws, as in most, if not all, electrical components. The earth is always on the opposite side of where the live wire is supposed to be connected. Right. So now we have the live in the box, and the live always goes to the switch. So now we're going to make this connection in the box here, right? So this one, right? So the live here will travel through this conductor and go to the switch. Now the switch has two terminals, two screws, and both of them have the same color, both of them. So it doesn't really matter which of the screws you connect the live wire to. Alright, so I'll be connecting the switch to, or the wire from this, which we generally refer to as the return or the switch wire. Alright, so the switch wire is generally connected to the lamp. And in this case, we'll connect it to the black. Now, the reason why we have black here is because a sheathed cable generally carries red, black, and an uninsulated solid strand earth wire, or it has blue, brown, and the same uninsulated. Right, so that is the reason why we have a black here. Now, if you are using like trunking or conduit, then you could use another red wire. Now this black wire leads to the draw box here, and this, from this black, we will be connecting it to the red here, right? So the red goes all the way into this octagonal box. Now the red that is in the octagonal box will be connected to the copper screw on the broad base receptacle. Right, so the red will go to the copper screw. Now we still have a little bit more of connection to do, so let us continue. So the black that we took from the neutral bar here carried it through this sheeted cable. Right, so now we're going to connect this black to the black going here. Now this is the neutral. The neutral always goes to the lamp. Right, so the neutral travels through here and goes to the octagonal box, and so we're going to carry it over to the broad base receptacle, which is here. This is pretty much how a simple circuit would be connected. This wiring diagram is one lamp controlled by a single pole switch. Alright, one lamp controlled by a single pole switch. Now we are going to be carrying in the live, or should I say the source. So in this case, the source will be coming to the bar here. So you could either bring it to the bar here, or you can put it on the breaker. Now it is preferred to put the main wire on the breaker, mainly because if you want to do an installation or an addition or any repairs to the panel, when it is on the breaker, you're able to turn it off, hence the bars are not energized. Now when you place it on the bus bars, then the bars remain energized, right? And that can be problematic, especially if you are not sure what you're doing, right? So this red wire here represents the live, and I'll just call this line 1. Now this is a single phase 110 circuit. In that we install one live wire and one neutral wire. So this is a single phase 110 circuit. Now the problem that you'll have with this circuit is that when you energize this bar here, only the circuits that are on this leg or this phase will be energized. This breaker will be energized, this breaker will be energized. However, the other two will not be energized. So in order to ensure that the entire panel is energized or all the bars are energized, we will have to use another wire to link the two bars or the two lugs to ensure that the entire panel is energized. So what I've just done is to take a wire from one of the bus bars here and put it over to the other bus bar. So I've actually linked them. So whatever is happening on this bar, the other bar will also be able to get it. Alright? So yes, so I would have powered this first breaker, which would have meant that only the breaker on this bar would be energized. So I had to link these two lugs so as to ensure that the other two also gets. Right? So you might be wondering, why do you need to do that? Well, actually, this bar here, which is the first one, actually powers only the first bar, which is these two. Good. So when I link both bars, what happens is that this bar controls the other two. Right, so the first one will power 1 and 2, and the second one will power 3 and 4. Now, if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And if you found this video informative, please also give a thumbs up. Remember to leave your comments and to state which other circuits you'd want me to look at next. Alright, so thank you very much for joining us in this video. I hope that you would have learned something from this topic. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.